Good morning and welcome back to the property. Today is the 9th of May 2026. It is 6:30 in the morning. It is a rainy day. It's not that heavy of a rain, so I can still do some chores around here. And today's task would be to replace 3 trees. Initially I said that I will replace three trees. Okay, I already replaced the first one. This is a dried up Paulownia. I replaced it with a mulberry tree, a more native species that has better chances to grow up and take roots. Then we will have another dried up Paulownia. Is this one. It grew up nicely for a few years, then it dried up, it withered. I've cut it here, and then it grew up again the next year, last year, and this year it decided not to grow anymore. It doesn't have any buds, it doesn't have anything at all, so it is definitely dried up. And the third one, which I said that I will replace, it is a willow. Again, it has been planted a long time ago, or it was planted a long time ago, but this one also decided to dry up, to wither away. And I said, okay, I'll replace it. But for this one, new branches grew, so these ones, and I'll just let it be, so it still has some healthy roots. Also, being a native species, I think it will catch up. So that would be the task for today. I've already replaced one tree. I still have another tree to be replaced. And after that, I don't know, just wait for the rain to grow them up. One thing to mention, I never replaced them so late in the season, so it's the beginning of May, it is the 9th of May. But given the fact that I have replaced one like 3 weeks ago that was already with leaves, let me show you, and I think it took roots, so it wasn't affected by the move. I said that I will try and replace them now, not to waste another year. Oh yeah, and the black locust is starting to bloom. So this little fellow over here was moved to this position 3 weeks ago, and initially I said, okay, it's kind of not going to work because its leaves started to bend and it looks sad, but then after a good watering it seems to have caught or taken roots. So that's why I'm trying right now to replace them. And another thing that I'm doing when I'm replacing them, I'm digging them from the ground and I'm digging them with soil around the roots. So that's why I say that maybe it will also take roots if I water them good, although they already have leaves. So that's all for now. Stick around. So the task is done. Both mulberry trees were transplanted. This is the first one, which replaced the smaller Paulownia that dried up. And then up here we have another mulberry tree, which replaces the larger Paulownia that dried up that you saw back then. So this is the second one. The task for today, at least regarding the property and the forest, is done. What I have to do next is to cover up the holes that were left behind after digging up the trees that were transplanted and pruning back the trees and really test the forest master mulcher. I'll just have to come someday, but I'll leave it later on to grow more leaves and prune the trees, cut back all the branches that grew wildly. You see, like these ones, for the entire plantation for all the trees, and just leave one to grow up and straight, and try to create a straight trunk from these two. I think this one will also be taken down. We'll see about that. So some other tasks need to be done, and if the rain doesn't start pouring, I will have to come and water the newly planted trees, the ones that were planted last autumn and this spring. So still a lot of things to be done at the property. As I said, the black locust is blooming, and something else, I saw that it is blooming. We have here on the property wild strawberries, these white little flowers. So these are wild strawberries. There is a lot of them around here. I don't know if we will have the chance to eat the fruits, as it's being really dried up around here. So I don't think that they will have the moisture to grow the fruit, but we'll see. A little bit down here again. So here, this one also needs to be pruning. Most of the trees need pruning. And again, wild strawberry. So, in a tasty note, that's all for today. Have a good one.